It angers me profusely. Great golfers are struggling with nagging back injuries, notably disc issues. The reason they keep having to have surgery is because of poor modern golf instruction in a pursuit to maximize club head speed and power the wrong way. I'm going to show you why chasing ground reaction forces in the golf swing are actually hurting your golf swing and that of tour pros. Stack and tilt can actually help you fix a lot of your nagging back injuries in your golf swing. Here's a few things that stack and tilt can teach you about back injury, normal range of motion, and how you can fix it. Tour pros everywhere, as well as average golfers, are always looking for added distance and power. Power in hitting the ball far is the ultimate skill. Makes it a lot easier to play golf. The main key behind ground reaction forces is trying to maximize the vertical force in the downswing. The problem is if you look this up and find a lot of sources, is we squat in the downswing to try and maximize vertical forces, and then we jump as we spin, it creates an excessive amount of rotation and compression in the lower back, up to 8 times its normal load. This is the problem and why compressing these discs is occurring. They get to impact, and because they've had to push up so much and spin the hips open to try and get the path working left so they can hit it hard and actually play a cut, the only way to get to impact is to side bend beyond your spine's normal range of human motion. If you take 2 vertebrae stacked together, in between these vertebrae are discs. These act like pillows for your vertebrae to sit on. But when we chronically side bend beyond our normal range of motion, this compresses the side of the disc and actually flattens it. And that's where ruptured and herniated discs come from, is this over compression sideways of the golfer's spine. The normal range of motion is only 30 degrees of thoracic side bend. When you're turning, you also create shearing. Well, when we don't turn the hips enough and we don't use the knees enough, you create an excessive amount of shearing in the spine that also creates disc and nerve problems. If we move our weight forward and actually learn how to move our arms in the downswing and not just pin the arms to the body and turn and tilt, you're going to generate speed more effortlessly that's safer on your body. Stack and tilt wants you to normalize the ranges of motion within your golf swing by getting your weight moving more to the left, controlling the amount of lower body rotation versus that of the upper body rotation, helps you control the compression aspects of the golf swing to promote a safer and easier golf swing. If you look at guys who have used stack and tilt in the past, or are currently using stack and tilt and don't know it, start doing some research on which of these golfers has actually had back injuries that have limited their golf careers on tour. The answer is 0. It's the biggest myth on the planet that stack and tilt hurts your back. But I'm telling you, stack and tilt will help you play better golf, safer. Doesn't necessarily mean weaker, but you will play golf safer for the rest of your life. If we make a normal backswing with the modern traditional golf swing, that's keep the right knee flexed, don't turn the hips much, pivot the upper body around that, and make it look like this. Well, this is as far as I can go. Well, I'm not going to hit the ball very far from here. There's only one person in the world that does that, and I'd call him the outlier. So now I have to bend my arms and arch my spine. Well, now this spine looks like this at the top of the backswing, and we've been told that getting there is normal in order to hit it far. But as soon as I actually straighten my right leg and turn my hips, well, now I'm not shearing my spine, and I'm not hyperextending it beyond my backwards motion. I'm not putting any pressure on the lumbar. I'm not putting any pressure on the thoracic spine or the discs themselves. I can create a longer backswing by turning tilting and extending more. There's no strain in my spine. I'm 38 years old, and I hit the ball further now than I did back when I was 22 with a club head speed that's 2 to 3 miles an hour faster. All by learning how to move my hips, use my knees, and move my spine properly. Don't get to the top of your backswing and try to get your chest and your head over your right foot. That keeps you in flexion longer. When we get our body over here in flexion, now we're already compromised because I can only get the club to here. So then we have to overarch the spine. Here's part two, is everybody starts spinning the hips, falling back this way, and it's like, how do I get to the ground? I have to tilt more. Well, if I just move this, it's like, how is this normal? Hang on, let me get my feet there. That's not normal. That's painful getting into. But you see some of the best golfers on the planet who are, keep in mind, in really good shape. They see physical fitness trainers, they see doctors all the time, but they still have these problems because we've told them, oh, you got to use the ground and maximize your forces. Maximizing without taking into account the normal range of motion on the body is not going to help you play golf. So how do we stop from over tilting the spine? Well, first off, we need to get this out of our brain. The hips extending forward is not a bad thing. It happens everywhere, but somewhere along the lines, we were told extending the hips is a bad thing, and we've got to keep them on the wall and spin them and rotate them. Doing so hurts your back. I prescribe to golfers all the time, forget about the wall behind you. I need the center of the pelvis to actually move over the left foot and the hips to actually push up and extend. Well, now my lumbar is actually centered over my ankles and my spine is fully extended properly. I'm not massively side bent this direction at impact. I'm in that position. The average tour pro on tour these days is 45 degrees open with their hips and 38 degrees to the right at impact. My hips are 22 to 23 degrees open and my rightward tilt is half of that. So I'm not compressing the discs in my spine. That also actually promotes a slightly more in to out path and helps me play a draw. So stack and tilt wants you to move the body within the normal range of human motion. That means in the backswing, we need to turn the hips. We need to turn, tilt, and extend the spine. We need to turn, tilt, and extend the hips. In the downswing, we need to laterally shift to the left for a right-handed golfer. The hips need to tilt. The shoulders, hips will rotate, but they're not going to spin open as much as you think they are. And the pelvis is going to actually push forward over your lead ankle and extend the spine. If we look at greats back in the day, they all did that. Jack Nicklaus, Ben Hogan. They all had a little bit of extension in the lower body as they pushed their legs up and supported their spine. They actually let the top of their spine be slightly rounded as they push forward. We see this a lot with guys like Tommy Fleetwood. Jack Nicklaus had it a lot, but it helped him reach the ground without over tilting. Stack and tilt is designed to be body friendly for golfers of all ages and ability levels, as well as men and women. We want you to be able to play golf forever.